Everybody, welcome to the Empower call. So for those, this is a new call, so I'm going to explain it each time. So I hope this doesn't get annoying for those of you who are already on last week. But so my name is Mindy Wender, and I'm the founder of Team Go-Getters. And we had always had a team call since I think I started my team call 8 years ago. I was like a newer coach, maybe like a diamond coach, and I started my own team call. So then what happened as my team got bigger and bigger and bigger, I realized that they were branching out and creating their own teams. And so I felt like I was maybe overwhelming everybody trying to have so many team calls. So as, having babies and pregnancies and bigger team and all this stuff, I've started a team call, then we took a hiatus, then we started back up, yada, yada, yada. So why I'm starting this call again is because I wanted to, and this is why it's not called the Team Go-Getters team call, because it's not the Team Go-Getters team call. I want this call to be a call for anyone. I don't like the entire network. Of course, is going to be a majority of my team and my downline using this call because obviously I'm posting in my team pages, but I really want this to be for anyone who just wants to build a successful business and live a successful life. Sometimes it's going to be about what we do for a living, and other times it's just going to be life stuff and mindset and belief and all that kind of stuff. So it's not just going to be about business or health or fitness or coaching. It's going to be just about living your best life. So when I wanted to name it the Empower Call, because that's what I want to do. I just want to empower people and invite other people like guest speakers to come on this call to empower people. And the guest speakers might not just be coaches. It might just be just people to help us, empower us to live our best life. So this is our second call. Last week we had Jeff Hill. Oh my gosh, if you guys missed that call, make sure you view the recording of that call. We just were really chill. Like we just talked back and forth, kind of like we're doing now. We talked back and forth about just who he is and what the mission of this company is and why he chose Beachbody. If you got to hear that, you got to hear that call. It was so good. So that's a call. And just so you know, I'm completely revamping our team training site, but these calls will be up on that team training site. I'm sorry, I'm trying to load so I can also see your questions at the same time. But that team call will be up on the training site, so then everyone's going to be able to have the links for that. I don't know how I can see the questions. So Tara Bylick, if you're watching this, can you just watch the questions and text me if any questions come in as we're going through here? Because on my phone, I don't know if I can view the questions, so I'm not even going to try. So today, what are we going to talk about today? I'm just going to talk to you about my story and who I am and why I chose this company, why I'm doing this, how I've created $1 million business. And also, I've been doing this for 8 years. So although I still see myself as like a baby coach, like somebody who's just still super excited about this new opportunity and just super driven by this mission that we're all a part of, I got to remind myself that no. Like there's somebody on this call right now that's listening who's only been a coach for a month. And so 8 years, you guys want to hear why I'm still showing up every single day, why I'm still excited 8 years later, right? So I got to kind of take myself of this mindset, this lie, I guess I'm telling myself that I'm this new coach and remind myself, hey, listen, I've been doing this for a long time. And it's I know as when I was a new coach, I loved listening to people like Tracy Morrow, and she's just talking about like her journey through the new being, starting this mission and joining as a coach, and talking about Carl Deichler and just all this stuff. And I was always intrigued by that. So that's the first part of the call is going to be my journey through the last 8 years. Then I'm going to talk about some real deal stuff. Okay. I've been talking with tons of coaches in this network, and I've heard a lot of theories and myths and lies that are going around. And then I know the truth. And so I'm going to tell you like what's not true, what is true. And then I'm going to give you a 5-step protocol, like a 5-step plan. And please, only the people Follow these things only if you want to build a successful business, which I think we all do. So let's just get started. So my name is Mindy Wender. I have been a coach for 8 years. I'm a 15-star diamond coach, founder of Team Go-Getters, 5-time elite coach, and a member of the Millionaire Club. And it was 2009 when I joined this business, and I was at that point in my life, I only had one child. Right now I have 3 kids. I have a 9-year-old, I have a 5-year-old, I have to think. I have a 5-year-old, and then I have a 19-month-old. So I've built this business being a new mom, being pregnant, being a new mom again of 2 and transitioning into that, then being a new mom again. So it's like it's been a long time. I've gone through a lot of different changes in my life and stuff, and we'll get into all that. So I think that's kind of gives me like a kind of cool perspective on this business, that I was able to do it in 2009 when I had 1 child and I was a new mom and I was working 50 hours a week, to being a stay-at-home mom of 2, being a new mom again. You know what I'm saying? So let's just talk about what in 2009 when I joined. So when I joined, first of all, I didn't have a transformation story. Like, at that time anyway, what I was seeing, a lot of the successful coaches, they were either fitness professionals, they were either group fitness professionals as in personal trainers, they own gyms, or they were in videos, or they were, and this isn't true, this is just what my perspective was, because this is what I was seeing, right? You know how that is. You get these ideas in your head to justify why you shouldn't do it or why you're not successful. These were the things going through my head. And there were also group exercise instructors, a lot of the people that knew Chalene Johnson and worked for her in her old company called Powder Blue Productions. She did, you guys know Turbo? If not, it's a workout program that Chalene created and then I guess sold it. I don't know. She became a part of Beachbody, and then they created Turbo Jam, which then transformed into Turbo Fire. You guys get the point. So a lot of these people who knew and loved Chalene and worked for her at this other company came on board and became coaches when Beachbody opened. And so a lot of the people that I were seeing and that I was looking up to were fitness professionals, were group exercise, you know what I mean? And they had like these, they were just like fitness rock stars in my eyes. And here I am, somebody who has no muscle on my body at all. Not that I was at my goal weight at all, because I definitely had weight to lose, but it was more like I needed to work out for my own health, for my energy, for my mindset. And also because you know how there's those people who are skinny fat or whatever you want to call it. I don't even want to label it that, but that's the only word that comes to my head, where they don't look like they need to lose a ton of weight, but they're also not fit. That's kind of the category. I had a little bit of weight to lose, but I also was just totally not fit at all. And so that's where I was. And there was, prior to me joining this, I was a huge fan of the program called Turbo Jam. So growing up, I was considered lazy, never worked out, was able to eat whatever I wanted, that type of person. Then when I went to college, then that's when I gained, I think, 15 to 20 pounds when I went to college, from obviously eating chicken nuggets, drinking a lot of beer, partying, that kind of stuff. So I went to the gym. That didn't work. Didn't lose a pound. And I was going to the gym twice a day. I was like, what? Wow, weird. I'm eating whatever I want, drinking a ton of beer, and not getting any sleep, but I'm working out twice a day. Why am I not getting results? This is why we need nutrition, right? So I was in love with this program. My mom got me this program for Christmas. I used it. I saw results. And I was like, oh my God. And I actually like working out. I hated going to the gym. Absolutely hated going to the gym. And I finally found something I love. So already when I wanted to start getting back into working out, and then that's when I learned about coaching, I was already a fan and a believer of this product, right? So now here I am. I didn't use the program at all during pregnancy. And I didn't use the program after pregnancy. And now my son is 8 months old and I want to start working out again. And I went to social media to find inspiration. So listen, guys, that's why you need to be posting daily. That's why you need to be mingling on social media, because there's people like Mindy Wender. There are Mindy Wenders out there who are looking for inspiration and want to follow somebody who's inspiring or who's fit or who is just like them, like a mom just wanting, you know what I mean? So that's what I did. I went to Twitter, but okay, this was again in 2009. And I learned about coaching. I was scared to even ask this question. So that's something to mark down on your notes. Again, these people that are following you for inspiration, they might be scared to ask about what you do for a living because they might think that they don't qualify, or they might think, well, I don't want to be rejected. You know what I'm saying? They have fears too, just like you might have fears of asking. So long story short, got into coaching, right? My first couple months in the business, I thought I was doing everything. I was like, oh yeah, I'm doing this, because I was doing more than ever before. I was like, I'm working out. Don't I get paid just for working out? So I'm working out now. I'm eating cleaner, but business-wise, Janelle is my upline coach, Janelle Summers. And she was like, this is what you have to do. And she gave us like a game plan. I don't even think I looked at the game plan. I just dabbled here and there. I made a sale here, 0 sales for like 3 weeks. So it was just like up and down. For those of you who've ever watched my income progression video that I did in our team page for Team Go-Getters, you know this is true. So then there was this point in my business where I finally was like, dude, why isn't this working? And I almost got to the point where I'm like blaming coaching or blaming Janelle, not really saying that out loud, but maybe deep down in my head, or deep down in my heart and deep in my head, I might have been thinking that. And so I went to Janelle and like, what is this call you're talking about? And she was talking about an accountability group / call. It was a call then. There wasn't even Facebook groups then. And so I'm like, okay, so Janelle, you know what? She's like, dude, how do you not know what this call is? I talk to you about it every single weekly team email. I talk about it on our team calls. I wasn't getting on the team calls. I wasn't reading the emails, and I felt busted. So finally I was like, okay, dude, I gave myself a reality check. Write that down. If you are maybe unsure of where your business is going, or you're not really sure if you're doing everything, or maybe you're not being realistic with yourself, you're saying that you're doing things, but you're really just dabbling. That's what I was. I was a master dabbler for the first 2 months. Finally, when I finally gave myself that reality check and I said, okay, Janelle, tell me what I have to do, because listen, I will do it. Because I finally was just sick and tired of coming home from work, working overtime, because my husband actually was laid off from his job. So as I'm doing this going back to work after maternity leave and stuff, I had 4 weeks unpaid maternity leave. My husband gets laid off. So now I have to pick up even more hours to provide for our family. We were on state assistance. We were broke. It was stressful. I was unhealthy. I was unhappy. So now here I am working 50 hours a week. And I tell Janelle, tell me what I have to do, because I will do it. Because I finally realized that this opportunity has the potential to literally change my life, my husband's life, my son Lane's life. And I know if it's going to change my life and what it can do for me, I know the ripple effect that it could have in my extended family and the people I meet online, the coaches I add to my team. I knew this was something amazing. And I finally changed my perspective on it. I changed my perspective and I started to see the light. And so Janelle told me what to do. And she also invited me to this accountability call to hold me accountable to everything. And so I went for it. In my first year, you guys, did I get rich quick? Who can answer that question in the comment section? Did Mindy Wender get rich quick? No. Now, in my opinion, I did. But like my expectations, which I have to write that down because I forgot to write that in my notes. Expectations. That's huge. I hope I don't forget that, starring it. My expectations going in were very clear. Like Janelle's like, dude, if you do these things, you will not have success overnight. It's not going to just be like a quick get rich quick thing. It's not going to be one of those things. You need to do the work every single day, consistently, and over a long period of time, the results will come. And they're slowly going to come as you grow. But those big results, dude, trust me. In 12 months, 24 months, like you are going to see amazing, huge growth if you keep doing these things consistently over and over and over and over. And so right out of the gates, I had the right expectations. I wasn't expecting to make 6 figures in 3 months. I wasn't expecting any of that. I said, what is possible is that a person on her team, I saw that somebody else had done it. And if somebody else has done it, I know I can do it because I was willing to do the work. I was willing to do the work to provide for myself and to provide for my family and to help other people do the same. I was willing to show up. I was willing to put my head down. I was willing to do the work. So that's something you need to write down right now. Am I willing to do the work? Because if you're willing to do the work, dude, anything is possible for you in this business. This business does not play favorites, because if it did, I would not be sitting here talking to you today. I would be at work. And instead I work from home. And by the way, that doesn't need to be your truth. If you want to be a part-time coach, that's cool. That's the beauty of this business. And that's another reason why I loved it. It's because I knew that this was my business. I could work it as fast or as slow as I wanted. I could work it after work and after my son went to bed, and I could wake up early before my son woke up. So it didn't have to take away from my family time. I could have that balance and decide when I wanted to work and how fast I wanted to grow this. I knew if I wanted to grow it fast, I was going to have to work hard and put in the work and put in more time and talk to a ton of people. But I was willing to do that because I knew my mission, doesn't have to be yours, but my goal was to eventually go part-time so I could spend more time with my son. And then as my mindset started expanding, I started to believe anything was possible and I can do this. Then it went from cutting down on some hours to quit my full-time job and work at home and be home with Lane. When I first wrote that goal down, I was like, dude, that's possible. That is possible. I can do this. And I was like chanting these affirmations, but deep down I was like, oh my God, is it? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. That's how excited I was about this opportunity and what it could provide for my family. Okay. So I did not get rich quick because I had the right expectations. I knew it was going to take work, and it was just like fitness. When you start a workout program, think of yourself when you're starting a workout program, and let's just say you have 30 pounds, 50 pounds, 20 pounds to lose, and you're looking in the mirror. Now, if you go and press play on A Little Obsessed, or if you go and press play on 21 Day Fix or Chalene Extreme or P90X or Shift Shop or whatever, you're not going to look in the mirror, go press play, come back to the mirror and say, okay, how much weight did I lose now? No, you guys know that. You guys know that. That's just not how it works. And if we had the expectations, and if Carl Deichler said, we just created this workout program that all you have to do is press play, do one workout, and boom, look in the mirror, you've lost 20 pounds. Well, of course, that's going to be our expectations. And if we go look in the mirror after that workout and we don't lose 20 pounds, we're going to freaking quit. We are going to quit. But the reason why I didn't quit is because I had the right expectations. And I'll go through that as well at the end of this call, or as we get into the notes section. So I will tell you what I did do in my first year. I worked on myself. That's what I had to do first. So if you're taking notes on, hey, what's this journey look like in 8 years and all that kind of stuff, I worked on myself. I did personal development. I did positive affirmations, and I started goal setting. So I worked on my personal development, listening to audiobooks every single day, hours a day. I did positive affirmations every morning, and I started writing goals down twice a week. 10 goals. And you can listen to Brian Tracy, Gary Vaynerchuk, Chalene Johnson. What's that book called? You Are a Badass. Like, all these books are amazing. Oh, one of my first books, I'll tell you my two favorites that really kind of helped me shift, because as I was just starting, I needed to shift. The Go-Giver by Bob Burg, and then The Magic of Thinking Big. Huge. And The Secret was another one. Not that I totally agree with everything that's in that book, but that's the thing. You don't have to agree with everything that anyone says in a book, on this call, anything. You take the bits and pieces that work for you and apply it to your life. Not everything I say today is going to inspire you. Not everything I say today is going to be like aha moment, right? But take the bits and pieces that do and write those down and hang on to those things. Okay. So in my first a couple months, that's what I did, worked on myself. And as I started to work on myself and grow to the person who I wanted to become, I started to attract different people. I started to grow my business. I started to grow my challenge groups. I started to do all these things. And my income, and because of the person who I was becoming, my income started to increase. So I started in August, the end of July, August in my business, but let's just say October or November is when I actually had that aha moment and said, Janelle, how do I do this? Yada, yada, yada. And by April, I was making $300 to $400 a week, I think. Let me see. November, December, January, February. Actually, it was probably like $400 to $500 a week at that point. Because I remember I was at my wedding and Brad was like, sorry guys, I really want to plug in my computer to ensure, to ensure that it doesn't die. We might have to just move somewhere. That's okay. We'll move. I wanted to ensure that, what was I just saying? No, that was about my computer. You guys, what was I just, okay, the lighting's like awful. I'll have to change the way I sit here. Sorry, guys. Hang on 1 second. Of course, Brad would be so annoyed with me right now. Like, of course your computer's dying on the middle of a team call. Okay, the lighting's better here. Okay. Okay, so my income started increasing. Why did it start increasing though? I just really want to make sure that I'm delivering a great message today for you. I'm going to grab my notebook so I don't forget anything. Okay. So the reason why though it was growing, and I want to make sure that you guys know this, especially new coaches, is because not only was I focused, I was definitely focused on challenge groups and telling people about the products and all that kind of stuff. But even more than that, I was growing my team. I was growing my team that entire time, adding coaches every single month, presenting the business to 5 to 10 people plus a week. Now I'll tell you that kind of stuff later, but it was, not now. That's what I was focusing on. So that's why my income was increasing. That money that I'm telling you, the $300, $400, $500, that wasn't coming from retail sales commission. A portion of it was definitely retail sales commission, but not all of it. It was that my team bonus was growing as I grew my team and trained my team, telling my team, hey, this is what's possible. This is what I did, and this is what I'm doing. Telling my people, this is what's working. And coaches, if you've been a coach for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, whatever it is, dude, if you are not seeing results in your own phase one, in like your to-dos, your day, like adding if you're not presenting the business, if you're not adding people to your team, if you're not filling a challenge group, how the heck are you going to tell your team what to do? That's what it's about. Your team wants to know from you. They picked you to join with. You're their leader. They want to know, hey, what are you doing that's working for you? And so you have to be, this is why it's so important for coaches, and sorry for new coaches who are listening. I'm kind of just, this message is for people who've been in the business for a couple years. If you stop doing the basics, if you stop doing the things that got you to where you are today, you're not going to, your business isn't moving forward, and you're not going to be a good leader for your team. And so that's a good thing for you new coaches too. Here's the secret to being a good leader. Stay in phase one. And phase one is the stuff you're doing now as a new coach. The daily to-dos, the daily grind, the adding to your network, the filling your challenge groups, the presenting the business, all of these things. And we're going to go over all that, okay? So don't stress out. But if you stop doing the things that got you to where you are in your business today, it's only going to hurt you. You're not going to move your business forward, and your coaches are going to be at a standstill as well. The speed of the leader is the speed of the pack. Okay, so after 12 months in this business, I increased my income to $1,000 a week, and I was able to quit my full-time job in a little over a year. Again, do you have to do this? Same thing? No. If you want to be a part-time coach, great. Do what works for you. I'm just telling you, this is my story. Now, in the last 8 years, I've had Lillian, who's our 5-year-old, and I went through pregnancy. And did that slow down my business? No. Actually, no. I remember Lily was born on December 27th, and I remember I was in the hospital getting people. Now, I'm not recommending doing this. I just love what I do. And Lily was sleeping. That's what babies do a lot. And I grabbed my phone, and I remember selling challenge packs to get people, because everyone that I've been talking to leading up to going into the hospital, her due date wasn't until July 4th or something. So, of course, I'm sitting there talking with all these people, and then I go into labor. Of course, when she's sleeping, I'm selling challenge packs in the hospital to get people ready for our January group, because I was still so excited for my business. So for those people who go through pregnancy or go through life challenges or go through being a new mom, this business can work for anyone. Don't let those things hold you down, hold you back, and don't let them be an excuse. Let that inspire you to do more. That's what I always do. So then, as I keep cruising in my business, and my business is still growing. It went from literally, you guys, and I'm not saying this to brag, and I'm not trying to make this seem unattainable, but I want you to know what's possible in this business. So here I am earning $1,000 a week in a year. At 2 years, my income increased to $3,500 in a year. At 3 years, it increased to, I think, $7,000 a year. I'm just ballparking this. And now, like, seriously, I think it was like my 4th or 5th year. It was I'm saying a year. $3,500 a week. So it was $1,000 a week in my first year. My second year was $3,500 a week. That's a weekly income. In my third year, it grew all the way to $7,000 a week, getting paid over $7,000 a week. And I don't know if it was my 4th or 5th year. I can't remember off the top of my head, and I didn't write this down because that's not really what this call is about. But it grew all the way to over $20,000 in a week. And why do I tell you this? Because I want you to know that anything is freaking possible. I'm just a small town girl who was working 50 hours a week at my dad's store as an office manager. I was on state assistance. I was living in a home that was 900 square feet. And I remember my sister my sister Jackie, who's also a coach, an amazing coach on my team. And she felt so bad for me that she went and bought me groceries one week because we were living off like noodles or something. I don't even remember what it was, but I just remember that moment of her coming with groceries and me feeling like embarrassed but grateful and all these sorts of emotions. And it's possible. Like, I'm from Iron Mountain, Michigan, dude. I have no business background, no transformation story, I was not a personal trainer, not a group exercise instructor, none of it. But what was I? And it's something that's learnable that all of you can be. I was obsessed and passionate, and I am obsessed and passionate about what it is we do. What it is that we do, you and me and our teams. I'm obsessed with the mission. I'm obsessed that we have the ability to reach out to a mom who doesn't have any support in her life. And I'm obsessed that we can reach out to her and help her see more for herself, help her start working out, help her start cleaning up her diet. And then, dude, okay. And help her, this mother who has children, help her have the ripple effect in her children's lives. Like, you have no clue what Janelle Summers has done for my life. I have goosebumps, and I'm obviously getting emotional about this. Janelle, if I never started this business, like, I can't even tell you, not even talking about income wise. Let's just talk about what my kids know about nutrition and how they eat and it's insanity, because our mission in this company is not to make a freaking income. That's a bonus in this company. The mission is to, the way you lead every freaking day, when you're doing the deal, when somebody tells me, I'm like, oh, I just, I haven't been able to, can't do my to-do list. I'm like, what? Like, do you know the opportunity that you have in your palm? Not only the income opportunity, but not only the opportunity to change your whole freaking family, but the opportunity to change lives. The mission of this company is to help other people live healthy and fulfilling lives. That's what we do. I mean, I can't. And that is what served me. It doesn't matter if I'm freaking from Iron Mountain, Michigan. It doesn't matter if I had the best body in the world. It doesn't matter if I was a mom, if I wasn't a mom, if I'm this, if I'm that, if I'm from a city. None of that freaking matters. What matters is that I was obsessed and passionate about what it is we do. And why 8 years later am I still showing up day in, day out and doing the stuff? That's because I'm still as passionate and as obsessed with this company and this mission and my purpose as I was 8 years ago in 2009. That is the secret to success. Get very clear and passionate about the mission, because the how doesn't mean shit if you don't understand the why. Okay? So get very clear with why you're waking up early, why you might be staying up late, why, even though you're working 50 hours a week, you're still making time to make this happen. Why, even when you don't feel like inviting or doing these daily to-dos, you go back to remembering why you do these things, and you always come back to why and the mission and the purpose and what could happen. And that is what served me for the last 8 years. Like I said, I've gone through ups and downs and challenges. My daughter Lily, at 15 months old, was diagnosed with autism. We were told she would never speak again. And yeah, that was a trying time. And yeah, there was a time I had to take off in my business, and so grateful that I have built this business for the last 3 years. I think it was 3 years into my business that this happened. And I'm so grateful that I had built this business where I had this residual income and this team thriving, that where I was able to take some time for myself when I had a challenge in my life. And I needed that time. And after I got over, not over it, but got through that challenge, and I started to believe in a different, I started to flip the switch. And the reason I was able to do that and start to look at okay, here's the problem, and I get that. Not that it's a problem. I'm just trying to use terminology for other things in life, not just autism. I'm like, for things that are going on in your life, okay? Stressful situations and whatever. So here's the issue that's causing anxiety, sadness, stress. Now, what is a solution? What can we do to make it, to serve others, to figure things out, to make it better? And that's what I dove into doing. And what I realized is I was like, God must have put this business in my life 3 years ago, because I always wondered, like, isn't it crazy that I'm like just this small town girl, wasn't even like a fitness person, and never had like dreams of being like a millionaire or anything like that. And isn't this weird? It's like so weird that I've done this. And I always just thought it was just like so random, but it wasn't random at all. God put this opportunity in my life to prepare me for so many things coming, I'm sure, but to prepare me for that moment, because he knew that I could go there and I could go into a deep, dark depression and just believe what these doctors were telling me. But because the 3 years of personal growth and flipping my mindset and becoming a warrior in my own self, what I realized is that anything was possible. And it doesn't matter what the doctors say. It doesn't matter what this person says. What matters is what I believe. And so I started to believe that anything is possible. that if she wants to be completely recovered from autism, she will. If she wants to speak, she will. And now she speaks in sentences. And I really don't think that I would have taken that approach to that challenge in my life if it wasn't for this opportunity. I really do feel that this opportunity is in your life for a reason. And it might not be preparing you for an event like this. I'm not saying that, but maybe it's in your life for a reason so you can spread this to other people to save lives. Maybe the person that you talked to about coaching and she joined your team, maybe down the road she was going to think about go into a depression and think about suicide, and this business will save her life. Because trust me, I've heard these stories many times. I have a team of 50,000 people, so we have literally saved lives. Or maybe there's going to be a divorce, or maybe there's going to be things. And so maybe it's not just you, but maybe it's what you can do for others. So I think it's time that we stop worrying about, like, oh, I don't know if this business is going to work for me. We got to stop being like Eeyore. Do you know what I'm saying? Like Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh. Thanks for noticing. And I'm not calling anyone out, and I'm not saying we're all Debbie Downers or nothing like that. And I hate to use the word Debbie, because if there's a Debbie on here, you're probably going to be like, don't say Debbie Downers. So let's just say Downers, okay? I'm not saying that. I mean, obviously this network is a bunch of happy, positive, inspiring, amazing individuals, but we all have this opportunity in our hands, and we need to make the most of it because of the ripple effect it will have in our lives and your team's lives, and so on and so on and so on. So we got to stop just say, thanks for noticing. This business doesn't work for me. I don't know. This isn't working. That's BS. Okay? I earn over $1 million a year with this opportunity because I've been connected to why we are doing this. And I'm connected to the mission of why we're doing this. And I don't ever want to stop. I'm still obsessed 8 years in. So now let me take you through some things. Here, hang on, I got to share my screen because I know you guys are going to be like, can you give us notes for this? So here. Okay. We'll go through this quick and we're almost done, guys. Okay. I'm just going to leave it like this because I don't know. Sometimes you can't, if I press play, sometimes you can't see. Okay, so I'll just go through this. I didn't want to have to be on that. Okay, so myths. These are lies that I've been literally hearing from other people. So what is causing people's coaches' business not to work? Number one, looking for a magic pill. If you're looking for a magic pill or a get rich quick or anything like that, it's just not going to work, guys. It's just not going to work. You have to understand, this business takes time. You cannot shortcut time. And it literally, and here's kind of piggybacking on number two here, looking on YouTube for trainings. But before I go into that, this takes time. You need to do the things that work, and legit, the things that work have been working since the 1980s when Jim Rohn was a network marketer, okay? So the things don't change on how to build a business, just how you execute those things change. And do you understand, like literally, do you understand the miracle that is social media? Like it's crazy to me. We have the most right now on this planet to build a kick-ass business than ever before in history. So that's why we need to stop complaining, stop worrying about all the shiny objects and hiring this guru and talking to that coach and stalking this thing. No, we have social media. We just need to do the basic things. And I'm going to tell you about those in a second, okay? So just know expectations are huge. If you're expecting to make 6 figures overnight, it's not going to happen. This isn't the business for you. But if you are passionate about what we're doing as coaches and what we stand for in this company, and you're willing to put your head down and do the work, you will be a six-figure earner. It's all about doing the work, being consistent, and over time the results will come. Looking on YouTube for trainings. So right now, things that were working last year, the year before, the year before, the year before, that's what these new coaches and even vet coaches, they're going to these successful coaches that they heard on the National Wake Up Call, and they're going to their YouTube channels. But these trainings that you are watching could not be working for these coaches anymore. They're outdated. Things have changed in social media in the last 12 to 24 months. So going to YouTube and even watching, sometimes I'll hear a coach on the National Wake Up Call and I'll be like, oh, I'm going to go see what they're doing. And so I'm guilty of this too. And I'll look at the YouTube video and I'm like, okay, so what they just said on how they are building is literally unethical. But on top of that, it's not setting yourself up for longevity in this business. What sets you up for longevity is just and I'll go over that, but it's helping people succeed, teaching them how to run their business and them doing the same, it's like duplicating what you're doing. And yes, that takes time, right? Because here you are, let's just say you're a new coach. You have to learn how to work this business. You have to become, work on yourself and learn the basics of the business and all this stuff. So you have to learn the ropes. Then you need to go out there and start networking, building relationships and stuff. And that takes time. Then you add people to your team. And then as you add people to your team, they need to do all of that. So do you see why it takes time? There's a 30, 60, 90 days, even more lapse in the work you do now, you see the results later type of thing. And so that's why you really have to be passionate about the why and the mission of this company, because that will keep you inspired every single day to show up. And honestly, why build in this get rich quick scam type of mentality? If you see a video on YouTube and say, this is how you do this, and it doesn't sound legit and it's not what you're hearing on this call, it's probably going to get you that result, but it's probably not going to last. And that if you get to diamond and doing this way that they're training, that's going to crumble. That's not going to last. Why would you want to put in all that time and effort building something that's going to break? Why not build it on a strong cement foundation that is sturdy, that has been working for years and years and years, and build on that foundation? So once you do get to that, to your goal, diamond, star diamond, 15-star diamond, elite, whatever it is, it's not just going to all come crashing down and crumble because it's built on a strong foundation. Number 3, not asking. There's so many coaches that are doing great by their post and doing great, adding to their network and building relationships. But the thing that people are missing is they're scared to ask. But you have to realize that what you have to offer is freaking amazing. And that you're benefiting them more than they're benefiting you, in other words. And that's the mentality you have to have. And once you get clear on that, you won't be scared to ask anymore. Number 4, asking the same people over and over and over. I get this all the time when I'm talking with my coaches who are pushing to diamond or whatever, or pushing to emerald and pushing to diamond. They're like, I know these people, they say they're going to join, so I'm going to follow up with them again. It's like, why are you still talking to people from 3 months ago? Every single day, every single week, every single month, you should be having new people to talk to, new people to invite. And those other people, don't just keep talking to those same people over and over. When timing is right for them, they will come to you. Stay in contact with them, keep commenting on their stuff, keep building the relationship, but don't bank on these people who say they are going to join. And then you are still sitting there 3 months later, still talking to that same group of people. You need to be adding new people every single day, every single week, every single month. And then finally, this business is not broken. Somebody came to me recently and said, Mindy, I'm doing everything right and I'm doing all this stuff and I'm not getting any results. Well, I'm here to tell you that you aren't doing everything right. And that's not me being harsh or anything. I'm just saying things have changed in social media. Our business is evolving as we go into the digital world. And this is an exciting thing. Why would you, if somebody told you, I'm trying to think of a good example for this. And I can't right now off the top of my head. If I think of one, I'll come back to it. But like if Why would you keep doing the same things over and over when you're not getting results? When you know that there's other ways to make this work, why not do it? And for those coaches who've been in the business for far, like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years, if things aren't working in your business, again, you're probably in too much of a management mode in phase 2. You need to go back to phase 1, and then your team will follow. But if you're not doing it, your team will not do it. The actual truth. Number 1, be connected to the mission and our purpose. Number 2, team building is the way to go. Sorry, not sorry. So I'm sorry if this might offend some people, or if maybe this isn't what your belief is, but this is the truth. Remember the actual truth. That is what I'm telling you. Now listen, I can help tons of people. I really can. I have social media on my side. I can help a ton of people, but there's no freaking possible way that I could have had the ripple effect that I have had in serving other people if I had not built a team. You have to build a team if you want this business to work. Okay. If you're just, and I'm saying if you want this business to work as in like be an actual business, earn 6 figures, stuff like that. If you're just doing it as like more of a hobby and more of to make money on the side, do it. That's fine how you're doing it. But if you're serious about working this like a business and you want to help a ton of freaking people, you're gonna need to build a team. Okay, so, and I'll go through how to do that in a second and everything, and trust me, we have like 5 minutes left, so don't worry. So team building is the way to go. Sorry, not sorry. Okay, we have to be growing our teams, you guys. You have the ability, number 3, you have the ability to change freaking lives. No matter what anyone else says, this is the truth. So I don't care what your grandma says. I don't care what your dad says. I don't care what your friend says. I don't care what some random dude on Instagram said. You are a life changer. You have the ability. That doesn't mean you are doing it, but there's coaches that are in this, who are reaching out and doing the daily tasks every single day, who are changing lives, who are saving lives. Okay, look at what Janelle did for my life. This is a blessing in other people's lives, and we have the ability to help change lives. And like I said, that ripple effect that it's going to have on children and parents, like just looking at my own family. No one was on board with me at the beginning, right? And I probably didn't do a very good job explaining it or whatever. And so, but after they got it and after they saw the blessing it was having on my own immediate family, they're all on Shakeology. They all drink Shakeology every single day. My sister Jackie is a coach, and the blessing that this has had on her family and the ripple effect it's had on her kids and her team and everything. It's just, that's what I'm talking about. It starts with you. You share it with other people. You train those people how to do exactly what you're doing, and then they duplicate, and then their team duplicates, and their team duplicates. And the ripple effect is so incredible. Number 4, you have the ability to be $1 million earner. No matter what your story is or where you're from or what color your hair is, anything. I'm talking to you, have the ability to be $1 million earner. If I can do this, every single one of you can do this. It's going to take work. It's going to take some grit. You're going to have to hustle, and you're going to have to, reach out to people and do the things that we're going to talk about on the next slide. But if you want to be $1 million earner, I'm telling you right now, this is your truth. This is the actual truth, and it is possible. Okay? And then last but not least, as you can tell because it's in bold, this business takes time. You cannot shortcut time. You need to put your head down, do the work, and over time the results will come. Just like with your fitness. You have to be consistent, show up every single day, do the little things that are easy to do and also easy not to do. Which, side note, The Slight Edge or The Compound Effect, great book. So The Magic of Thinking Big, The Go-Giver, and The Compound Effect / Slight Edge, whatever one, they're the same concept. Those 3 books will help you on this journey to change your life and to change others' lives. Okay, so screenshot the next one. 5 steps to build a successful business. And I want to make sure, because if somebody's watching this YouTube video and it's not November 2017 and whatever. Make sure that this stuff, I mean, this stuff still is going to work. Just how? So here is what's going to always work in network marketing. This is always going to work in our business. It's just the how you execute this will change. Okay, so I just want to be clear. So number one, we need to be growing our networks every single day and connecting daily. So right now in November 2017, Instagram is huge. Instagram stories are huge. I like Snapchat, but I will say business-wise, I would invest in Instagram stories right now because it's easier to connect, it's easier to message, it's easier to ask questions and all that kind of stuff. Plus you can go to their Instagram page and comment on their stuff. So Instagram and Instagram stories are huge right now. There's an amazing training at JanelleSummers.com. I'll let you guys write that down. JanelleSummers.com. And when you have to go sign in, you have to go to the login page. And when you go to log in, the username is Team Hardcore and the password is fitness, all lowercase. Okay. So this is her training site. Go to the 2017 or 2006, I think it's 2017 trainings. And there's a great training on Instagram by Jen Richardson. Okay. Another great Instagram training is by Andrea Crowder, but I'm not sure where it's posted. So I will personally post this in the Team Go-Getters accountability group. And I don't want anyone to like bombard Andrea because she is a very busy girl. So please don't go and message her and ask her, where's this video? I will post it in Team Go-Getters accountability group. Otherwise, her YouTube channel and you should follow her on Instagram, by the way. So let me just look up Jen's and Andrea's Instagram handle real quick. And Tara Bileck's really good too. And Micah Folsom's really good too. Ashley Smith is really good. So I'm going to get you guys these people right now. Oh, Nikki Whiting's really good. So Andrea Crowder's Instagram handle. First of all, her YouTube is under Misfit Republic. So if you go to YouTube and type in Misfit Republic, her YouTube channel will come up and it might be on there. If not, like I said, I'm going to post it on my team page. So her Instagram handle, if you want to stalk her just to see what she's doing. Again, she's building a business and she's in phase 1. So we don't want to bombard these people with a ton of questions, but I just want you to kind of let them be your mentor from afar. It's love_Andrea Crowder. And Tara Bileck, if you could write these, I know Tara's on live. Maybe if Tara or somebody could just write these in the chat section, that would be great. Love_Andrea Crowder. And Jen Richardson is, I just follow her, so I never have to type it in. I wonder if this is it. This is it. It is jenrichardson.xo. Oh my God, her Instagram feed is so on point, dude. I got to stalk her more. So Jen, JenRichardson.xo. JenRichardson.xo. So these two girls are really great on Instagram. And then Tara Bileck. Okay, why? Oh, okay. So that's just it's Tara Bileck. TaraBialek. And then Nikki Whiting, the Fit Wife. Niki Whiting, the Fit Wife is her Instagram handle. So do you guys want to go and stalk them and then try to do exactly what they're doing? Please, God, no, because that will not work for you. Just get inspired by how their pictures all have the same vibe. They kind of have like a certain person that they're posting to. They have like they take time on their pictures and they're very good lighting. And then their Instagram stories, they're adding value. They're being funny. They're sharing who they are. And then they do these call to actions. Oh, and then one more person. I'm sorry, you guys. Ashley Smith. She's great at Instagram stories. Ashley Smith. Ashley Smith Fitness is her handle. Ashley Smith Fitness is her Instagram page, and she was in the top 10 last year. So anyways, I think she's still in the running for this year too. She just had a baby a little bit ago. So those are some great people to follow. So Instagram and Instagram stories, and if you want Snapchat, but like I said, Instagram is kind of where it's at right now. And then Facebook. So Facebook profile page and Facebook like page, just make sure if you're doing it on your profile page, don't make it salesy whatsoever. Facebook does not want you to do business on your profile page, okay? They want you, if you're gonna do business, they want you to pay for it. So just be easy breezy with your post. Do curiosity marketing where you're not so much saying what it is you're doing or what it is you're selling or what, just kind of look at these people that I just mentioned also on Facebook. Janelle Summers on Facebook. Who else is great on Facebook? Micah Folsom. And show up every single day posting, but the behind the scenes on Facebook, on Instagram is where it's at. So you know how on number 1 it says grow your network daily? You need to be adding people to your friends list on Facebook. You need to be adding people to Instagram every single day. But then on top of that, you need to be connecting daily. You need to be building those relationships, okay? So commenting on their stuff, asking questions. And I know that's under number 2, but hang on, I'm not talking about asking questions once it's behind closed doors. On Facebook, ask questions. So like all these people that you're adding to your network and that are on your friends list already that you're connecting with, go to their profile page and try to have a connection by asking a question. So for example, say I was your new customer or your new prospect. Go to my page and say I post something about, I don't know, something about Hudson asking for natural remedies for something. And if I were you, I would say, oh, how old is he? And then I would respond back to you by saying he's 19 months old. And then you can respond back if you want, blah, blah, blah. But Facebook sees that as a normal connection, as an actual connection in humans, right? So because of that, they will put your stuff on that person's newsfeed. Also, they'll put that person's stuff on your newsfeed. So the more questions you can ask to your friends, your prospects and stuff, the more likely your stuff is going to show up on their newsfeeds. So there's a coach that I just learned this about. She has her thing instead of like, I don't know what she does 50 questions a day on Facebook. She asks 50 questions a day, okay? Number 2, find out their needs and wants. So when you take it behind closed doors on Instagram or Facebook, ask them questions and listen. You're trying to find out their needs and wants. And don't be salesy. Don't be weird. Just be cool, relax, and be breezy. Just build the relationship and always lead with the mission and the intentions of wanting to help as many people as possible without expecting anything in return. Number 3, invite and track. So this means you have to have free groups going on. I have once a month, I have a free group. Sneak peeks, I do sneak peeks twice a month. Challenge groups, I do monthly challenge groups. But this way I have something to invite to almost like every week of the month. Now this doesn't, and by the way, when you're doing a challenge group, and I have had some people come to me and say, I just can't sell a challenge pack. Listen, if you're a newer coach, maybe that's something you're gonna build up to. Maybe do this instead. It doesn't always have to be a challenge pack. Maybe they just get a 3-day refresh, or maybe they just get Shakeology, or maybe they just do whatever, something smaller, a product from us that they can do to get into the group. So if they're saying, I'm not going to do a challenge pack, whatever, go back and say, that's totally fine. I really want you to be a part of this. Maybe just do something like some starter thing, like a 3-day refresh, so you still can take part in the group, okay? Now, this is really important. We're almost done, I swear. Talking to 3 to 5 people per week about the business. Double or triple if you want to grow faster. You need to be putting this opportunity in front of a minimum of 3 to 5 people a week. And then number 4, ask. Use their needs and wants. So based off what you told me with your needs and wants. So based off the fact that you hate your job, or based off the fact of the blah, 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 have you ever considered joining as a coach yourself? You need to ask this question, okay? A lot. Ask this question a lot. And then number 5, I don't know why it says number 6, but number 5, follow up with these people with urgency. Give them a reason to make the change now. Give them a reason. Say, hey, just want to check in with you. I have 5 spots open for this month and 3 are already filled. Did you want me to save your spot? Or like whatever it is, give them, make it a sense of urgency. Okay, so that's it for today, you guys. Thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Make sure you share this with your team. The recording is the same link. It's the same link that got you to this video. So just share this recording with other people. I hope this was helpful. And please go to our team page if you're on my team, or if go on my Instagram or go on my Facebook, whatever. Tell me at least one thing, like your number one thing, your number one takeaway from this call. Okay. I don't care if you're watching this 3 months later. What helped you from this call? What spoke to you? I love getting feedback. I love to know what has helped you. Okay. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.